Hello and welcome to the studio. My name is Grady. This is my studio. I call this place Twin Creek Audio. I realized that I could make music with a laptop and a couple of microphones and some plugins, but I like to have a lot of cool stuff and I happen to have this extra space to put it in, which is pretty cool. So I have a lot of stuff. The main thing you're probably noticing is the large console over there. That is a Soundcraft Sapphyre. It's 44 channels. And above that, we've got a couple of 32-inch TVs that are running off of a Windows 10 PC, which I know Windows 10 can be horrible. This one, I don't have it on the internet, so it doesn't update itself and mess all my stuff up all the time. Got a couple pairs of studio monitors, a pair of the classic Yamaha NS10s, and a pair of KRK RP6s. Those are the original version, not the Gen 2, 3, 4, Generation 25, whatever they're up to now. Over there on the floor on the left are the power supplies for the console. Yes, it takes two of them. Okay, over here I've got a couple of racks. I'm not going to go into that in detail in this video, but I will in future videos. But you can see on the top of that rack to the left there is a Heritage Audio. Let's see if I can get in a little closer with this camera to that. Is a Heritage Audio 500 series rack. That has a pair of Cappy Classic Audio Products of Illinois VP26 mic preamps and a Bart HRK stereo color module. And then I've got a DBX 163X and an Alesis wedge sitting there. The patch bays there on top are mostly for the mic panels, which there's one mic panel right below there in that rack, because there's another one on the other side of the room. I'll have to show that in a later video because the back side of the room right now is pretty full of junk. Then you can see that there's a blue mic preamp down there. That would be a PreSonus MP20. Below that is an RTS Telex, a pair of those. They're just mic preamps. They're mainly used, I think, in radio stations, but I like those things on drums. They have Bayer input transformers, and they're pretty cool. There's a few other things in that rack, but I'll go into the rack stuff in detail later. Over here we've got the other rack with the MacBook Pro sitting on top of it. Again, that's not what's running on the two large screens. And in that rack we've got a power conditioner, Yamaha Rev 500 reverb, one of my favorite pieces in the studio, a Yuri LA10 compressor, and below that we've got a Symmetrix 501 compressor, and you can probably see the Avid 11 rack over there, the orange thing in the rack. There's a few other things in that rack, but we'll go into the racks in a later video. Over here on the table I have an old Ampex PR10 tube tape machine, and that's just the insides of it. I have that taken apart because I've been working on it. Going to try and restore that, get it working again, and maybe put it back in its original suitcase thingy, or I guess thingy is a technical term, or maybe build a custom wooden rack for that. So far it actually seems to work. I'm waiting on a service manual and some parts to get that guy going. Anyway, that's an overview of the studio. Just a second and I'll take you guys in a little closer and we'll get a little bit of a better look at all this nice stuff. Okay, I thought I'd bring you guys in a little closer to see some of my cool studio. Yes, I realize I can do a lot of this with just a laptop and some microphones and that kind of thing, but I'm crazy. I don't like having a lot of stuff, taking up a bunch of space. That's why I bought the amazing Soundcraft Sapphyre. This thing is an amazing sounding console. It has a lot of cool features. I'll probably make an entire video on this in the future, so let me know if you're interested. I do note that it has a built-in patch bay over here. I have the plexiglass cover over that patch bay right now just to keep the dust and stuff out of it and everything. But it's an awesome console. 2 faders on every channel. It has built-in gates. Again, I'll go over that in the future. Here's the small rack with the 500 rack, the Alesis wedge, DBX 163X compressor, These two patch bays are to my external mic panels. One of them's right there, the other one's on the other side of the room on the wall. And my keyboard and mouse sitting there too. And that's my Carvin headphone amp. It doesn't say the model number on that. I have the original manual somewhere, so I'll get back to that one day. Those cool RTS mic preamps that I have labeled 1 and 2. If we can get the camera to focus here. MP20. And then over here, the MacBook Pro, the Yamaha Rev 500, the Yuri LA10 compressor, Symmetrix 501 compressor, an Avid 11 rack, my old Motu 828, which still works perfectly fine. And then I've got an Art Tube preamp TPS. I think I'm about to get rid of that though. I hardly use that thing. I don't really use the 11 rack much either, but it does do reamping. So if I ever need to reamp something, that would be a good thing to do it with. And then down here at the bottom of this rack are my two main audio interfaces. They are Echo Audio Fire 12s. And the lighting is not great in here. Let's see if we can get this to focus. Focus, please. There we go. Now you can see Audio Fire 12 by Echo. I've had those things for a long time. I think I bought those new in 2008. They sound really good. I don't really see any need for anything else. So that's what we've got. And then for any of you that noticed the Ampex in the other shot, I'll show you that from the other. Oh, don't mind my soldering stuff on the over there, because I had to solder all the stuff to the patch bays over there. And here's the Ampex. And yeah, it's in pieces. It does work. I'm waiting on a belt and a service manual so that I can oil and put a new belt on it. I've already tested it. May use this just for the bike preamps and stuff in the future. So if any of you are interested in seeing some videos just on this and me getting really mad trying to work on it, trying to figure stuff out, let me know. Alright. And there's my futon with some cool guitar pillows on it. And then my label machine and some other junk. Alright, thanks.